Hey guys, it's me, Charlie. I've been digging around on eBay to find some good-looking Pikachus and a Mimikyu or two under 70 Australian dollars for you all to see. My goal was actually to find them under 50 Australian dollars, but they would have been some busted up looking Pikachus because, well...
This video is not about the prospective value of these cards. It's about good-looking Pikachus that decided to take the simple life rather than pursue the spotlight. They are the everyday Pikachus who do their thing without the need to shout about it.
I wasn't going to make this video about market prices, but I don't think I can ignore it this time because collectible prices, as you know, are getting jacked up at the moment, and most of these cards have shot up in price since I bought them a couple of weeks ago, except one particular card. I do really like this card. It was cheap and there are a lot of listings for it, but really I wanted a chance to redeem myself because it's got Fuecoco in the background, and for those of you who watched my first video, you'll know that I got the pronunciation wrong, so how could I pass up a card with both Pikachu and Fuecoco? And if you like the English cards better, the regular English cards, not the Pokemon Center ones, are about 30 Australian dollars on eBay, which is around 3 times the market value. You'll see a huge difference in the market graph between the two as well. Both look to have been manipulated at times, but the Japanese card keeps dropping in price, and the English one has had about 200% growth. The data on TCG Player showed a different pattern to the data on Collector for the Japanese card, but in either case, the current market value is similar across both. Buy this card because I think it's overpriced, and at the time people were mostly selling moderately and lightly played copies for near mint prices. I found this one for 33 Australian dollars and it's apparently near mint, so let's take a closer look at it. You can see that the real escalation occurred in December last year, like it did with a lot of Pokemon products. The reason I want to point it out is because this interest is very sudden and it looks like a buyout has occurred. I think if we're going to be pragmatic, there are reasons why people might jump on these. For one, it's Year of Eevee and there's Sylveon with Pikachu. But let's not forget this was a promo card in the Breakpoint check-laying blisters. In other words, it's not super rare and there are so many incredible Pikachus out there. I just don't think this one's going to sustain huge growth. I think I overpaid for this one. There are a couple of variations of this promo with the same artwork, And I think when I was looking to buy it, I may have accidentally looked up the market price for the more expensive one, which is closer to 20 Australian dollars, and gotten them confused. I'm pretty sure this is the lesser, the difference is in the holo, but even so, all of the listings on eBay are above market price. I've seen that a lot on eBay, the blatant doubling or even tripling of the market value. This artwork though, honestly, I just find it really cute. Look at the way Pikachu is looking at these flowers. It's like Pikachu and a bottle of ketchup. Pikachu and Mimikyu together are a winner if you ask me. I used to think Mimikyu was simply too strange, but then I did some very serious Mimikyu research for this video, and I found myself looking at Mimikyu cards. And then I came across this giant Mimikyu pop vinyl thing at EB Games, and I wanted it. So I guess I like Mimikyu. Going back to that research, I found that there are a heap of conspiracy-style theories about Mimikyu's origin and why it looks like Pikachu. My favourite is one about Mimikyu being the ghost of Clefairy, because Clefairy was supposed to be the Pokemon mascot before Pikachu was decided upon, resulting in confusion and mixed emotions, which are the reason for Mimikyu's Pikachu-like appearance and also its supposed hatred of Pikachu. But guys, I made a bad decision buying this. I bought a PSA 9 for 70 Australian dollars, because all the ungraded cards were 40 to 50 Australian dollars and the condition looked iffy. The market continued to rise though, up to the point of the PSA being worth about 100 Australian dollars. But then it crashed back down to $40. I was kind of expecting for at least some of these cards to crash because it's a terrible time to buy singles, but it still stings. The interesting thing though is that many listings on eBay haven't changed. They're still listed around 70 Australian dollars for a PSA 9. These are weird times. I guess people don't want to accept the drop. I'm not sure what Zekrom is thinking about, but that's one hangry Pika. So hangry, its arms are gone. Pikachu's gotta be the most expressive Pokemon of them all, right? This card has gone kinda crazy since I bought it. I paid 55 Australian dollars and it's around 93 Australian dollars now, according to TCG Player. There's actually been a bit of a downturn according to Collector, so I'm hopeful that the prices will come down. I love this artwork though, and I'm sure it's a card that a lot of people would like. It's a Japanese exclusive too, but the thing is, there are so many available online. You'll see people listing them with about 20 sealed packs spread across the table in the images. And if you look at the pop reports for PSA graded cards, you'll also see that there are about 19,500 PSA 10s of this particular card. There are more 10s than there are all other grades combined. That's 8.5 times more PSA 10s than all other grades combined. Speaking generally about Scarlet and Violet era cards, it looks like it's pretty easy to get a PSA grade of 10, with the number of fresh, good quality cards being sent off, especially Japanese cards. I think this sort of information is worth keeping in mind because you've got to wonder whether they're going to maintain their value. This last card is not affordable or unpopular by most people's standards, but it is unpopular with me because the seller I bought mine from pretty much scammed me. As you can see, it has this mark or stain of some kind on the top corner. I was so disappointed when I got this. I paid 160 Australian dollars for it. It was listed as near mint, the description described the card as near mint, the photos looked really professional, but I fell for a confidence trick. The seller's photos were so detailed and high quality that I didn't think to question the depth of field blur on the close-up images. They hid the mark in the blurred area and I felt like such an idiot. I hate this kind of thing so much, especially when the seller has an "it's not me, it's..." I've had this kind of thing at LGSs in the past and it makes you feel like absolute trash. This particular seller, although unscrupulous, was at least professional when I confronted them and I did get half the money back. So it's not the worst outcome, but you really have to be so careful of opportunists. Thanks everyone for your support and for watching. See you next time.